I can tell you Zarco
by a whisker. Previous lap was a 40.9, that last lap was a 40.8. Quartararo himself.
Intriguing race here in the Grand Prix of Catalunya. Filmed the fortunes of the Portuguese rider who up until Italy hadn't even got in the top 10.
18-wheeler at the moment, isn't he?
Very nervous looking pit byra with 5 laps remaining. Quartararo and his fellow Frenchman.
Makes you wonder, Steve, these kind of performances from Miguel Oliveira. They've been busy in the transfer contract until the end of 2024. I don't think it's going to be too long before they re-up him with Oliveira.
Just further back there you can
and
see
Miguel is earning a few more dollars in that deal.
Bagnaia, because he's got rhythm to potentially close up on Mir and Viñales.
And it's the crucial phase of it where the tyres are going to be deteriorating at a fairly rapid rate. You can't.
Bagnaia, he needed to do that about 4 or 5 laps ago. Jack Miller was the fastest of the top 4 last time around. Do not discount.
It's taken 21 laps to do it. That's how good he's been in terms of speed and consistency. And to show him that front wheel, look at that consistency from Oliveira. Stunning. How many 40-point...
Quartararo struggling to stay with him at the moment. Quartararo not able to sort of get into that same rhythm he had yesterday in free practice. Yeah, he's in trouble. Zarco's right on top of him now.
Can you believe this? Fabio Quartararo may well lose the podium. Given here for the World Championship leader, and of course Johann Zarco knows this is clawing back some ground in the championship. There's big risks here in this last sector. Just make sure you run the lines, hit your braking markers and stay to 6th gear. Reel in that factory Yamaha ahead of him. Quartararo's got big bother here.
Yeah, there we go. 5 for Fabio Quartararo. He's going to try. Oh, he's almost lost the front there and he's shaking his head. Bookie's favourite, Fabio Quartararo, doesn't look like he's winning the Catalan Grand Prix.
On that high-speed hand side of Quartararo's front tyre, and in that right-hand first corner, the front just tucked from right underneath him.
In the latter stages of this race, Jack Miller will do the same thing, surely, here, as Johann Zarco here of Quartararo. This was earlier on. See, a bit uncomfortable. He's got his leathers open there. What's going? Has got some sort of issues. He's taking his chest protector out there of his leathers.
Guys, is that
necklace and his bare chest?
What's going on? What's happened to the leathers here? And the trouble is,
can you believe it? I mean, he had his arm pump issues in Jerez.
I've never seen anything like that. There's Miller then up the inside. It will be a block pass. He will move up into 3rd place. And the man who was favoured. What has happened to the leathers of Fabio Quartararo? Answers on a postcard, please.
Combination of the leathers and the fading front tyre grip, whatever it is, that's his biggest problem. He's desperately trying
in terms of this either, because it's not safe, is it? Let's be honest.
No.
I don't know whether there's any. I honestly think, Matt, that Fabio Quartararo, he's not completely done. He's not got this in the bag just yet. We're getting you, ladies and gentlemen, that Johann Zarco has not won a MotoGP race. This is 73rd attempt. Great speed. They drop down the hill into the last couple of corners. We're going to start the last lap. There's half a second between Miguel Oliveira.
Will it be black flag? Will there be a DQ? It's all down to the last lap then. Oliveira final place on the podium.
Johann Zarco. Will we be closing Miguel Oliveira?
Yeah, and how ironic this would be if Zarco beats the factory KTM in RC16 for love and money, could he? A couple of years ago when he left KTM halfway through a 2-year contract, with moment of his MotoGP career right now. What is the gap in the 2nd sector? It's down to under 4/10.
This is where we've got to keep an eye on it then, on the approach to turn 10. He doesn't look like he's close enough right now, Johann Zarco.
Quartararo, no he can't. Miguel Oliveira, normally in these situations, mentally is like granite. Got a 3-second penalty. His podium has gone.
The checkered flag is out, and it looks like this one is Miguel Oliveira's. Johann is. It will be close across the line, but Miguel Oliveira wins on the factory KTM here. He finished 3rd with a penalty. Miller moves up 1 spot. But take a bow, Miguel Oliveira.
But he will not be on the podium. A 3-second penalty coming the way of the Frenchman. He's lost crucial World Championship GP podiums, his 8th runner-up spot. But Miguel Oliveira, absolutely brilliant. His front tyre we saw was graining badly as well. Dani Pedrosa, so much credit needs to go.
This is how it stands then. The gap at the top has been cut. Incredible. I don't think that's right. That championship
no.
standings, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That graphic is wrong. He was uncomfortable. I mean, pick the bones out of that.
Well,
one thing we can say is MotoGP, people would have put their house on Quartararo, not just winning this, but winning it by some margin this morning.
It's Jack Miller's on the podium. Miguel Oliveira, that was an awesome job by him.
Right, let's see here. I mean, he had little option but to do that, really, but ultimately that's a mystery as well. I don't think anyone really knows what's gone on there. They look completely... You've got to take your hat off to this young man who said at the start of the year, I can be the world. Had to wait their time. They had to wait their time to get that chassis. What a job. Fond memories, of course, 9 years ago in Moto3. He goes over to the Miguel Oliveira fan club. Absolutely over the moon. What a week it's been for Miguel. Thank you, Simon.
Mike, how are you feeling about that?
Watching that race from the beginning to the end, you know. Fabio was pushing so hard and
Holds it together and never puts a foot wrong.
I mean, he did a great race. It was not easy, I think, to manage through all the race distance. But he did it great, and yeah, thanks.
Yeah, huge congratulations. And it is a massive statement, a massive statement. 45 points we were convinced would come back at the end of the race, but didn't. He wasn't able to mount a challenge to the top. Quartararo down to 4th is 17. It's been cut down to now between Quartararo and Zarco.
And young man Miguel Oliveira, absolutely brilliant. A good race as well, very good race by Maverick, really strong pace, and we thought he was going to figure in the podium battle as well. But it's a welcome return.
Important qualifying to be coming in MotoGP in the early stages of the races.
Can you believe the transformation now in 7 Grand Prix in 2021? 45 of them in the last 7 days.
You have to take your hat off to him as well. One of the most experienced riders in the field doing his job. Celebrate MotoGP victory, and it has come in the hands of Mount Miguel.
They might be suggesting a late start for the test tomorrow for Miguel Oliveira. He does like to quaff a few